What's up, guys? I'm JQ, and that's Indy helping out today. And today we're taking a look at a video from a girl who got dumped right after coming back from vacation with a guy, and she just can't figure out why. But as you're gonna see, she's pretty clueless in not being able to understand this situation. If you're new here, I'm Justin. I help you understand the female brain, and I help men get more of what you want in dating and in life. Let's take a look at the video.
Straight up got dumped by the guy I went on the Hinge date to Mexico with. And if you're new to this, I met this guy on Hinge. We went on like 6 or 7 dates. The vibes were good. Chemistry was good. I really started to like him. I will say that. So he invites me to Mexico.
I'm going to reiterate briefly that I think it's so weird that these girls just air out their dating dirty laundry on Instagram. And this is part of this whole trend that basically there's an entire culture of women talking about their dating lives, and they've created this trap where they can never get out of it, because if they actually got a boyfriend, what would they have to talk about?
And I said yes. It was like a last minute thing. I happened to have time off from work, so I said, why not? Like, I'll just go. So he pays for everything, books my flight and everything, and we are off to Mexico on a 4-day trip together. We were not doing 50 Shades of Mexico, I will tell you that, because I was pretty clear that that's not something that I will want to be doing unless I'm in a relationship with somebody. But we had a good time. I think that we got to know each other pretty well. So things were not...
Okay, so let's pause there for just a second, because she said something really important. She went on 6 or 7 dates with this guy and then accepted a trip to Mexico with him, and still hadn't slept with him, and apparently still didn't sleep with him on the trip. And she wonders why he broke up with her. Come on. We'll talk about that more in a second and kind of let you know why this is a bad strategy for women and what to do about it. Let's watch a little bit more.
Like 100% seamless. I will say there are some topics that we don't necessarily see eye to eye on, and for me, I don't think that's a deal breaker. I'm definitely the type of person that is looking for somebody who can challenge me or has different viewpoints. So we go to dinner this week when we get back from Mexico, and dinner seemed to be going well, and like I didn't have any like red flags where I'm thinking like he's not into me or anything. So the other day I text him after talking to one of my friends, and she's like, hey, are you guys going to be exclusive? Like, what's going on, And I was like, well, it hasn't come up in conversation. So I think that we had spent like a lot of time together at this point where he should probably know. So I reached out
Spit it out.
I just want to let you know, like, I'm interested in being exclusive, and seeing where this goes. And he was like, I need more time. I'm like, damn, we spent 4 days together in Mexico, a bunch of dates and all of that. And you need more time to decide if you like me and would want to date me exclusively. So I asked him, like, are you dating other people? And he was like, yeah.
All right, let's pause there again. Okay, this girl is completely clueless about the situation. This situation has nothing to do with whether they had differing viewpoints on a couple of things or how he felt. It sounds like he was into her. It comes down to the fact that for a guy, having sex with the girl is one of the main benefits of being in a relationship with someone, and she allowed him to take her on 6 to 7 dates plus a 4-day vacation in Mexico and still didn't sleep with him. That's a lot of time to have spent with somebody. And imagine how frustrating this must have been for this guy to take her out this much and to still not sleep with her. Of course, he's not sure whether he wants to be in a relationship with her, because she is not cooperative, she's not being feminine, she's not being sexy with him, and that's just awkward. If I spent that much time with a girl and hadn't had sex with her, then we're friends, okay? We are not a romantic partnership. And the other thing I want to say about this is that this is not a good strategy for women, at least not in this age range. This girl looks to be at least 35 years old, maybe 35 to 40 years old. And I've encountered women like this. This typically a woman who's going through this, I'm celibate unless I'm in a committed relationship. It means that they've experienced some heartbreak and some trauma from dating bad boys or past boyfriends that they feel like took advantage of them in the past. And so what they've decided to do, and it may be influenced by listening to these dumb female influencers online, is they're not going to have sex with a guy unless they are in a committed relationship first. Well, you know what? That doesn't work for most men. That is only going to work for the most beta of simpy men. And guess what? Even girls like this, and this girl is very average, is not going to like a super, super simpy guy. So I imagine that this guy just got frustrated and he's like, forget it. I put all this time and effort and money into this girl. We're still not even sleeping together. We're friends. We're not in a romantic connection. And so what we can learn about this from men is that this points out the importance of escalating things physically with a girl, because we know this girl is not a virgin. We know she's been wild with men in the past. We know she's had one night stands. She may have had threesomes. She's done all kinds of things. So by making this guy wait, essentially what she's doing is she's making him pay. He's a good guy. She's making him pay for her past mistakes in selecting unavailable kind of bad boys. And now the new guy has to pay for that. And that's just not fair. So if he has enough self-respect to see what's really going on, he's not going to engage in that. Okay. Now, as far as this guy is concerned, he made some mistakes too. You should never take a girl on vacation hoping that something is going to happen. If you have not had sex with a girl, do not take her on vacation hoping that that's going to happen, because that's just a recipe to be super disappointed. If she's not into you in that way or doesn't want to take it in that direction, then the entire time that you're there thinking this could be a romantic, fun vacation together, you're just going to feel super frustrated and you're going to can't wait to be able to leave. So this guy should not have invited her on vacation. Backing up a step more, I don't think he should have gone on as many dates as he did with her either before having sex. As a general rule, you should be looking to escalate a connection with a girl to sex quickly. There's a number of reasons for this. I talk about this in some of my other videos, why it's important to try to get to sex as quickly as possible, especially if you are interested in having a relationship with a girl. But it shouldn't take more than, call it 3 dates of hanging out with her for her to have sex with you. Women know immediately whether they are willing to have sex with you or not. And so if she's not, it means she's not that attracted to you. She thinks of you as kind of a weaker beta male, because trust me, these women will get wild for the right guy. They will. So it's your job to become the kind of man for whom she wants to be wild with, and she's not stringing it out. Because with this type of precedent being set, it shows that she's not that attracted, she doesn't have that much respect towards him, and it's going to create problems down the line. I want to contrast this with one other thing that I found that is an example of what you should be looking for when you're out dating. And this is a fun video, and I give this girl a lot of credit for putting this out there.
I did not pick this shirt. I'm getting ready for my 3rd date right now, and I just realized that I don't have a single pair of anything that would be appropriate.
Okay, note that she said 3rd date. Okay, come back to that in a second.
For a man to see ever. And we have like 47 minutes to do something about that, and you're supposed to have to know. This is probably not as big of a deal as a...
Also, note the difference in these two women's energy. I'm just gonna flash it back up again. Look at this girl's energy. Negative, whiny, etc. Negative, whiny, etc. Versus this girl.
But my piles of period panties really scream hasn't been with a man in years, and I'd love it if that was a little less obvious. Okay, what do you think of this?
Okay, she's fun, she's funny, it's not just about, this girl is a lot cuter, but it's not just about that. It's just her energy is light and fun and happy, okay? That's so much more appealing.
We have 19 minutes left, and let's be honest, he probably won't even notice. They never do that. And my hours spent running around the city will probably be for nothing. But I'm not really doing this for him. And you're kind of doing this for him. Also, we barely did yours, so we have like 2 minutes to do this. I'm also doing it for me, though. But this is kind of a big deal, and after all this, let's hope it's worth it. Guys, I think...
Okay, so if you didn't catch all that happened, this girl is going on a 3rd date with a guy, and she realizes that she doesn't have any fun panties. So on the way to the date, with just 47 minutes to spare, she goes out and shopping and buys herself a fun pair of lingerie because she wants to be prepared to when she goes home with him at the end of the night, right? She's already decided that she is comfortable with having sex with them. Okay, this is called, as Richard Cooper calls, this is called genuine burning desire, and this is what this looks like. She really likes this guy. She's already decided that she wants to have sex with him, and so she wants to look sexy when he takes her clothes off. This is what you're looking for when you're selecting women to go out with. They should be getting to this point by the 3rd date, as the case is with this girl. One other thing I want to point out before we go is just look at the comments. Just the way that women work. What do women do is they validate each other no matter what they say, and in many cases it could be lying, right? in these comments here, all these girls are saying, oh, it's the man's fault. He's too old to be playing these games. I can't, you know, yeah, girl, don't change it. That's ridiculous. Sad to hear. That's what relationships have become so difficult. I totally get this. I ended a year-long relationship. Okay? Some men are calling her out as well. Versus on this page, the girls are like, yeah, get it, girl. Go for it. Was it worth it? You know, him watching this, etc. Look at all the support that she's getting for being a little bit more slutty with this guy. But that's what, when a girl really likes you, that's what she wants to do, okay? This girl didn't really like the guy enough, and or she's created these arbitrary rules that is her trying to overcorrect from her past experiences, and it's not going to work for her. All right, guys, that's all I've got for this one. What I want to share some value propositions with you. First of all, if you're not already on my email list, go ahead and sign up for that. It's completely free. I'm going to be putting out an email about once a week on these topics, helping educate you about women and dating so you can get the type of results that you'd like. Number two, if you'd like to shortcut this whole process and just supercharge your dating life and meet and keep the most beautiful women, then go ahead and book a consultation with me and let's talk about whether one-on-one coaching is right for you. The link for that is in the description as well. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.